Welcome back to DM-Nastics, the gym for dungeon masters to work out their minds. I'm one of your hosts, DM Neil, aka Jote Maniac.
And it's me, your other host, DM Celeste, aka Sea Witch.
And we have titled this exercise, The Reward is the Reward.
The reward.
Sometimes
Give me my stuff.
Yeah, they say the journey is the reward. That's not true. What was the point then? No, absolutely not. Treasure. So, one of the things I thought would be interesting is to create an exercise on the Discord where everyone starts sharing random magic items and like selecting kind of a rough tier that they would be given out. And basically we're just kind of collectively creating a loot table together.
Nice.
So I will throw one out because it is the one I added to the list. It's one that's come up before. There was like this run that we did way back in the day for the podcast called basically Bad Magic Items, where they're not great. They're kind of bad. They still work though. So,
technically magic.
Yeah. Technically
and
magical.
items.
So my low tier magic item is the ring of, I could eat, because it's not a ring of sustenance, because that's not the same thing. You won't die, but you're always hungry. And so I could eat. And so the other thing that we asked is, what did the PCs do to get the item? Which, adds a little more. I mean, I guess this is a funnier way to say it because of the item I have presented, but add more flavor to the item. But they found a human deep within the woods that immediately attacked them with a variety of magical abilities. Once defeated, it was clear that the wizard had no actionable survival skills at all. And the ring was the only thing that was keeping them alive.
Oh my God. Oh, whoa. Oh, poor wizard.
You do you. Whoever wears the ring will never die due to lack of food, but will always be a little bit hungry all the time.
Oh, that's horrible. That would make me so sad. Or I guess, it's perfect, like supermodels or actors.
Yeah. I would definitely have it be the kind of thing where it would be much cheaper, but I'd have to find a point at which it backfires.
Yeah.
Are you trying to be really, really sneaky and their stomach rumbles?
A growls or something.
Yeah. I mean, at some point I would definitely make it come up. Or are they failing or disadvantage on certain checks because it's like, no, I could eat. Like, oof.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Like, oof. Yeah.
I won't die.
Yeah. Or you disadvantage on checks to resist certain thing. If it smells good, like you just in that village, like I gotta go into that village and I'm gonna fail all pretty much charisma checks while I'm thinking about food and gotta get in that, gotta have some of that luau pig or whatever it is. Yeah. I liked, that just popped up here. It's actually pretty good, but I like that it feels like a low kind of common magic item. It's from Letter Lost. Hey, Letter Lost. The Urn of Ashen Steed, which essentially it's like a little urn that like when an awesome horse, dies, you put it's like, ashes in an urn and you can like summon a horse for a short time, like the ghost horse of this really awesome horse from life. I'm like, that's just like a really cool. I really like that, like, especially if there's nomadic cultures, in your world or, people who just, they raise horses and horses like, or maybe they do this for like, the stellar, like war champion, like Alexander the Great, his famous horse, like that dude would have put his horse in an urn and, be able to summon it for a little while. That's just like a cool thing.
Okay. So my immediate thought was, it's also very interesting to then like call forth the horse.
Yeah.
Like by name.
Yeah.
But then I remembered in our modern culture, horses have ridiculous names because, and so I immediately looked up previous Kentucky Derby winners.
Oh boy.
2024, you would summon forth Mystic Dan.
Yes, Mystic Dan. I've heard that one's like pretty normal. There are some wild.
2012, I'll have another.
Yeah.
That's the name of the horse.
It's like Grandma's apple pie, the horse.
Mind that
like,
bird.
What? Mind that bird. Whoa. Yeah, there's some wild Wild names.
Many, many names, but okay. Fayamore, which we're still just choosing that's how we're gonna say it.
Yes, because it's
item,
awesome. Yeah.
I am mortified by this.
Ooh.
And so I'm hesitant to say it because people will then think about it. Extending immovable rod.
Oh boy.
That was the exact response I was assuming I would get.
That's
oh boy.
Oh boy.
A strange adaptation to an immovable rod that now extends to 6 feet long at the press of a button, then locks in place like a normal immovable rod. However, it not only holds a quarter of its original weight, still perfect as a portable hammock support. Nice. The party completed a quest for an eccentric shopkeeper who can only be described as definitely not normal and whose shop seems to move and appear randomly.
I like this because I think that it can only support a quarter of the weight is actually a good restriction because extending it to 6 feet, that's a full staff, man. Mm-hmm. So you could swing this thing around like a weapon. That's not a quarter staff. That's a full fighting staff. And it could go in doorways. It could there's a lot you can, but I think that balances out pretty nice. I think good job, Fairmore, because that's really, immovable rods can hold what, 1,000 pounds or something. So
lot.
Yeah, so 20, reducing it to 25% of that, so it can only hold 2 or 3, people, which feels a little more reasonable for sure. Good, so good job.
I like it. Yeah. And it makes me think of the sports you put in when you're packing a moving van and you're trying to have everything stay where it's supposed to. But that's a lot of fun. I mean, I would definitely have the 2 versions. In my head, I was like, oh yeah, you could have both. No, have 2 versions.
No. Yeah. I'm not going to read this, but Sword Spear has a wand of discomfort, and it's just things like this is itchy, or you just constantly have a glare in your eyes or your eyes water. So it's just those annoying human things it's just a wand that boops, I can already imagine 1,000 other instances, a cut just on the edge inside of your cheek or something, or
you bite your cheek.
Yeah, and then you're that stuff that it's fine, but or one nail that you bit down too far, that's a great, it's a great, very mean comment. Yeah. Oh boy, a paper cut right on the tip of your pointer finger, that, right when you type.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
That's that old joke where it's when I touch my shoulder, it hurts. And when I touch my knee, it hurts. When I touch my hip, it hurts. Doc, what's wrong? Your finger's broken. So the other one that I was thinking that would be a lot of fun, and going back to our last episode as a consumable item, would be from Sword Spear, we have the ostrich legs of striding.
Oh my. Tell me about these.
Well, of course, the PCs completed a quest from an ostrich farmer, and this is their reward. The ostrich legs of striding are a single-use magical item. The item appears to be two fresh ostrich legs. That's so large. Hold on. Okay.
Hang on.
When you touch both hip ends to anything and mutter the magic word and a location anywhere in the same plane, then the legs attach to that thing at the point where they touched and then grow to a huge size. The legs stand up connected to that item, and at this point, a party could climb on to said item, and then at the command, go, go, birdie, go, they will dash at 120 feet a turn in the direction of the location.
I mean, that's a lot of words to describe what is essentially being able to turn anything into a Baba Yaga hut for a hot second. And that's pretty great.
A Baba Yaga hut of homing.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I think this is good. I think this is just good. I guess that's the thing, because it's really weird. If somebody watches this happen, whoa. And it's a single use, but this is wild.
Warning. Attaching them to a person may result in injury or death.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yeah. Ah!
Whoa.
Okay.
What a wild idea.
So I love this, and I would definitely make it a thing. Like it needs to be a ritual process. It needs to be a known location. It needs there's certainly some stipulations that I would employ because I'm kind of giving a free ride to here and there. I mean, I don't know though. This feels like you're giving me a wish. Like you made a real weird open-ended wish, and I might mess with you based on what just happened. Because what's stopping this thing from A to B, like straight lining? And what terrible things happen because it's just going the most direct route available?
Yeah.
Does it know to stay on the roads?
Yeah, I think you just straight. This could, really mess up. This could really mess up a town. The weirdest kaiju fight that ever was.
We can't get off. There's nothing that tells me this is going to stop.
Also, ostriches are just really big. So before you activate this item, it's a pair of ostrich legs. Like, are you carrying around like 2 pool noodle sized like taxidermy ostrich? Like, what is this? Like,
bag of holding.
Whoa. Oh boy.
Whoa, you gotta be ready. You gotta plan this out.
You gotta be ready. You gotta plan for this.
So good though.
This is the strangest loot table of all time.
All right, so to round us out, and then we'll add a couple more and we'll get on with it. But this one is coming back to us from Letter Lost, the Ring of Spell Storing. We're going to add it to the mid-level tier. It's an item that is well known, but what did the PCs do to get the item? They return the wizard's lost parrot.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
Peek the parrot, the wayward familiar, lured away by a bard, then left behind.
Oh.
Using vicious mockery, Peek harassed the town until the party diplomatically convinced Peek to return to their wizard.
Oh.
A few days later, a carrier pigeon dropped a package to the party containing the ring of spell storing, primed with a magic missile and a letter of thanks to the party. It definitely sounds like the parrot got stolen and then it wasn't worth it. And the bard was like,
and someone was
and just left it in the town.
This parrot is so mean. It outvicious mockery me over and over.
Not worth it. I don't care what the ransom is. No. But with that, we will lift the mental weights right now.
Lifting weights is what I do. Look at me. Lift these weights.
Do you have any go-to homebrew items that you like adding to your tables?
Yeah, so an item I've used a few times, which is nice because you can scale it up or down. It's one of my consumables on the theme of last time was I just call it mage wine. So it's like you can buy some mage wine, and depending on the quality of the mage wine, you can restore a spell slot of the certain level based on its quality. So, first level mage wine, right? It's going to be some pretty, box brew kind of stuff you might get. I call not good wine by any means, but it'll restore like one first level, spell slot for you. And then obviously you can scale it up to mage wine. Because I feel like things you can buy in the tavern, and people are always like, but what's the good stuff? Like, what's the expensive options? So this is an easy way to give something scalable. So that's one that I have used a lot, and I've written it into a couple different books and little homebrew things at this point.
Okay, so then the other question is, what tier do you feel like that falls into then?
Well, that's nice because you can scale it up. Because if it's just restoring, first circle or second circle, it would be like tier 1. Or you can make your mage wine like the finest mage wine around. And if it's going to restore, an 8th or 9th level spell circle, that's like tier 4 kind of stuff. So.
Okay, so then let's say it's a lower one. What did the PCs do to get this item?
Yeah, so I think this is probably, I like to imagine, because mage wine it's also like a very silly kind of name. So I kind of imagine it like, your moonshine or your prison liquor or whatever you're making. So if they help a wizard who's like in dire straits or something, or like, the town sorcerer is misunderstood, or like, the warlock who nobody believes them about this big magic thing, right? But like the characters go in and take the time they, as a thank you, they'll give them some of their special mage wine to take with them on the road. And that's always a fun, good time. So if it's one of those liquors that you have to have the secrets and distill yourself, that's always a great reward for helping a spellcaster in need near you.
Perfect. So then number 4, you do you. I mean, I feel like we've already kind of talked about it, but is there anything else you like extra bits you add like when you introduce this?
It's kind of like I do. If people try to use this more than once, I'll be like, no, it doesn't work. But if they're using like low level stuff, I might make them, if they try to do multiple, like a first level mage wine, like that is when you have to make a save or be poisoned or like stunned or have, roll on the wild magic table or something, right? Like, because it is a volatile thing. So that's always a lot of fun, whipping out the D100 like chaos sorcerer table. Just roll on it. Just cause.
Butterflies.
Woo! Too much mage wine. Whoa.
Tastes like cinnamon and death.
Now I'm a potted plant. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So mine is very similar in the sense that like I've started doing this a lot more and it is also scalable. So the answer to the question is whatever. For the tier is
make it what you want.
Yeah. So the item is a magical whetstone in the sense that oftentimes pre-written adventures have like a magic item, especially it's like as you're leveling up, you need to start having magical items, like especially weapons and armor and etc.
You need a +1 sword or all of a sudden your fighter can't do anything at a certain level. Yeah.
But then what's written in there is a great axe or it's something else. And I can certainly leave that in there. But what I've realized over time is why hassle all of us to go through the process of you're just going to change it. Yep. I know you're going to change it. You know you're going to change it.
Yeah.
We all know.
Yeah.
So if you start adding elements that are items that you would use with the weapon or the armor, that's what I've started to do a lot more. So is it a whetstone for item? Is it like a certain oils that you're putting on your leather armor? Is it and so giving those magical properties, and then in using those +1, in using those +2. That way it's just give it to whoever in the party you think is supposed to have it. They will use it and they will get exactly what they want.
Yeah that's great. That totally makes me think of another one I like to do, just because like actually making things that help solve problems that kind of players / characters have at your table. I like doing something like, giving you like a map maker's parchment or something. It's like a common item, right? Or like a compass or a quill or something. And as long as you unfurl it, the pen will draw in the map of whatever dungeon you're in as you go along. And so that gives me a good conceit as the GM to just like hand maps, right? Like draw in the maps as they're discovering it, right? But they did get the magic item, right? And it kind of makes it feel all a little bit better while helping the players out, while they're doing these dungeon crawls.
I would have it be that they like broke a certain threshold with like the local blacksmith. Like they've done a certain amount of business and the blacksmith is like, hey, I'd like to give this to you. Because you can also like whatever time frame you want it to be, like you have to use it for X amount of time before it works. Yep. It's up to you as the DM. You can do whatever you want with that. So like that's super fun. The you do you, it has to lose its effectiveness but it could be recharged. That's an interesting way to go about it.
That could be fun if it's like a quest, like if you can take it to the best blacksmith in the land after 10 uses or whatever, that blacksmith can restore it. But maybe it's like a prophecy and you're like, what does that mean, the best in the land? And that could inspire a whole quest, and that's always a super fun thing to do.
Yeah. And then from there you can like, it starts to give ideas to the players of like so if I could do it with this, what are other things I can add to my, armor or weapons to make them different. So that's fun. But if you enjoyed that and you want to leave us a rating or review, you can always do so at Apple Podcasts or your podcatcher of choice. And of course, if you want to email us and let us know the items you've been adding to your loot tables, you can always do so at Dungeon Master Yep, dungeonmasterblock@gmail.com. And of course, if you head over to social media, just post random magic items there too. Maybe it'll make someone happy instead of angry.
Yay.
I hope so. You can
so.
find us at DMS_block, and I am at JoteManiac.
And you can find me at C. Conowitch. And for everything else on the network, check out blockpartypodcastnetwork.com. A huge thank you as well to the bards over on Bombarded for our intro and outro music. You can find out more about Bombarded at bombardedcast.com.
And there's no need to work out alone, so we're going to check out this amazing lifting partner.
It's the DM-Nastics gym and you're lifting the thing, but sometimes you need help, it's your lifting partner.
So Celeste, you and I were talking, because it's been too long, far too long since we've done this, and a name came up, and I want you to tell us about someone in this industry that others should know about.
Yeah, so we were talking about, just people who make cool modules and stuff and post things on the DMs Guild. And I started talking because as we're recording this, we're in the autumnal season. And for me, Halloween lasts 6 months of the year, and then it's summer, and then it's Halloween again. So here we are. So talking about great creators who make spooky content and a ton of other great stuff, I wanted to highlight Jeff Stevens of Jeff Stevens Games is the name of his website and his basically company. I have had the privilege of working with Jeff on several things, especially back when I was, doing contract work and doing a lot of stuff on the DMs Guild. He is just a really talented and solid dude who's really good at leading these great collaboration products. If you just check out his stuff on DMs Guild, you'll see he's got all kinds of awesome writers from, the D&D sphere that he's teamed up with for various projects. His adventures are incredible. He's got a lot of spooky things that are great for Halloween. He's done things like expand the Curse of Strahd, extra adventures like Blinksy's Toy Shop, and a bunch of fun dark carnival stuff. And he's just out there making great stuff, making great content. And I always love seeing new stuff from him. Adventures from the Pot-Bellied Kobold are his most recent one, and that is a collection, 174 pages. That's just a whole bunch of easy adventures to drop into any campaign, any setting. They've all got custom creatures, custom NPCs, custom magic items, and they're super well designed. And I think Jeff is just one of those unsung heroes who's just out there doing the work. Everything he makes is great, and it's always a pleasure working with him. So just wanted to highlight Jeff Stevens Games.
Mithril bestsellers, platinum, gold, every available medal on the DMs Guild Jeff has obtained. We'll link directly to his site because I assume that'll probably help him a little bit more. But certainly if you have a DMs Guild account and that's going to benefit you, certainly go through and find his work through there as well. But we'll link directly to his website so you can check out all the stuff that he has. But yeah, there's actually a collection of some of his more horror themed items. So if you just want to buy the pack of them, you can do that as well. They are terrifying.
Yeah, one of my favorites is Happy Jack's Funhouse, which is a very scary clown, and it is. I've run it before for a Halloween one shot, and it's all really fun, spooky stuff. So great to check out if you needed an adventure in a hurry. He's the guy.
Yeah, and one of the other nice things is if you do go to his website, he actually does have a few free products. That way you can get a little sample of what his work is like to really, just really make sure that it's something that you vibe with, and then from there you can buy everything else. And as always, Jeff has no idea that we're doing this. Yay!
You're awesome, Jeff.
Yep. So, yeah, like I said, there will be links to that in the show notes. But with that, we'll turn out the lights, head out of the gym. But before we go, we want to implore you, the listener, to join the forums, the Discord, and anywhere else you can find us to take part in these challenges, exercises, and other amazing conversations being had.
To do that, head over to bit.ly/DM banter and try some DM-Nastics so your players don't ask, do you even lift?